In this video, I'm going to build this charging station. So if you watch any videos from Patriot DIY, you will probably notice this particular build. I did not get his plans. I did measure mine a little bit differently than his was because I wanted an extra bay. I ended up not having an extra bay, but oh well, I was trying to make it bigger. But anyway, it was a good build. It was a fun build. So don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe down below, as I'll be doing more French Cleat projects in the future. But with that, let's get into the video. So I'm starting off this build doing the bottom hanger part for the actual drills and things. And I've had to go through a lot of different measurements, but I finally have my measures good. I've actually marked both sides of the board, primarily so that I can, when I drill through to the other pieces, I know where I'm drilling at. But basically my measurements for a 6-bay charging station is going to be 25 inches long for the board, 8.5 inches deep, and then each bay has a gap of 3 5/8 inches all the way across. And then there will be some other pieces that go on top that will become the area, that the spots that the actual tools hang on. So I'll get to that in a second. But that's the measurements, so let me get to it. So as I am getting prepared to get these tool holders themselves kind of put together, just using some regular wood glue on it, and then I'll be using some CA glue in a couple spots just to give it a strong hold while the glue is drying, and so also I can be putting it in place on other parts as we build. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just getting everything lined up. I put some CA glue down, going off of my measurements that I had to make sure they're all in place. And then I would spray my activator along the sides where the CA glue kind of did a little bit of a squeeze out. And that will hold this in place while I'm getting them all put together. Next, I'll just be marking the center of each one of these boards so that when I do secure them with wood screws, that they do align and go into the center of the actual hanger part. And then I will do the same process basically on attaching all of these hangers to the actual shelf unit. So this is upside down, just building it in this fashion, doing the same thing with the glue and the CA glue and putting them all together. And then once they're all securely attached, I will now put in some screws. So I did glue and screw everything. I was doing countersinks on these, so it all came together very well. And this is very, very sturdy, but I am going to be hanging tools on it, so it needs to be very sturdy to handle all the weight. And my side pieces are going to be 24 by 8.5. So I'm going to be cutting an angle on these. So I'm going to measure up 12.5 inches on the long side and 6 inches from the top and make a mark. And then I'm going to draw a line with my my square. And then I will be cutting the angle, and you'll see how that's going to work here in a minute. Then I'm attaching the hanger part that is built onto the side. So I clamped them together, marked the holes, and got everything screwed together. Did this on both sides. And then it's starting to finally come together. And then the wife had to come in and do a quick little approval. always need her approval on things. And then I'm just attaching the different shelves I'm going to have in here. It's going to do bit storage and sandpaper storage, other things that I might have for this particular unit. This back piece is going to be in at a little bit of an angle, and this is going to be where the actual charging units go for my particular battery platforms I'm going to be on. So I'm just attaching these in with screws and getting it all mounted up. So now I'm putting in this top shelf. You'll see a gap there, and that's so that the charge cables can come out from the actual charge unit to go back and plug in. So getting this all mounted up, it also gives me a little bit of a shelf at the top where I can put things like my orbital sander and other type things just for some good storage. And now I'm putting on the backer boards. This is where the actual French cleats will mount to, just making sure to secure it very well. I'm going to be doing a double French cleat, as you'll see here in a second. And these are the actual French cleats. And like I said, they're going to be mounted to this backer board, which is mounted to the actual unit. Very sturdy, very strong. And then I'm going to drill holes. This is going to be so that the extension cord cable can come out one or the other sides on this box. Then I'll put in an extension cord in the back to plug everything in, and then I'll start to hang up all my different charge units. I've got one here. I have a second one that I'll put here over the other side. Route the cords behind, and it looks good. Okay, so here's the finished product. Came out pretty well, so I can put my batteries up here. And I've got this one as well. And then they'll charge up. So I've got a shelf here. I'm going to get some bit storage in here for my drills. Probably going to put some of my oscillating sanders up here. Other than that, it is ready to go. I did have one mistake on it that I didn't show you because I was doing it when I hung it up here to test it. It was just off a little bit. So I kind of measured it, and then I got my trusty level out and put a test on it, and it looked pretty good. So it's done now, but I had to move my French cleats on the back, but it's very sturdy. It's not going to go anywhere, so I'm happy with it. So if you enjoyed this video and got anything out of it, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, as I'll be doing a lot more different French cleat projects as time goes on. See you in the next video.